Hi and welcome to this new travelmentary. So today I'm going to show you a train service in the United States, the Brightline train from Miami to West Palm Beach. On its way up north, the train makes one short stop in Fort Lauderdale. Another thing you have to know is that the Brightline business was partially bought by Virgin Trains, and we will probably see the Brightline brand discontinued soon. But now let's jump right into the video. And this is not the Brightline train, and it's also not a roller coaster, although it looks like one. What is it then? It is the so-called Metro Mover. You can use it in some parts of Miami to get from point A to point B very quickly, and astonishingly, it's free of charge. Anyway, on the right side you see Miami Central, the station that is served by the Brightline train, or now by Virgin Trains. In this video I will refer to it as the Brightline train because that is how it was known when I recorded the trip. The station itself is new. It opened its gates in May 2018, but construction is still ongoing as there are plans to connect it to the tri-rail in the near future. You will see the tri-rail at the end of the video. And this finally is the new train station. It's absolutely marvelous. A sleek design reflecting what rail travel in the 21st century should be like. On this floor there's a little cafe, I think there are some ticket vending machines, and if you have questions there are some employees as well. Maybe you ask yourself, what kind of ticket did this guy book? Time for an in-depth answer. On the Brightline train there are 3 ticket categories. The cheapest is called Smart, and depending on time and date it starts for as little as $15. Then there's Smart Plus, which for some reason was sold out on the website. The third and highest category is Select. The cheapest ticket I found in that booking class cost $27, but it can go up to $40. And Select is the category that I chose for this trip. The highest booking class comes with some perks. While free Wi-Fi is available throughout all classes, parking near the station, snacks and beverages are included in the ticket price when you book the Select rate. Additionally, it qualifies you to enter the lounge. And that's exactly where I'm going here. Now on this floor you can buy some snacks, and again that station leaves a very good impression. Everything is clean, it's modern, it makes traveling so much fun. Before you can go to the tracks or to the lounge you have to scan your ticket, and there's a security check. I had the ticket on my phone, but I was actually unsure if I needed it to be printed as well.
Hi. Just a question, do I need the ticket to be printed or no? Okay.
Okay, finally I've reached the lounge. Let's see what it has to offer. After this introduction, let's have a deeper dive into it. So let me give you the positive things first. The lounge is spacious, it's clean, it's comfortable, it feels new because it is, and you can sit down and get your work done or simply relax. They have some newspapers available, and there are power sockets not only hidden in the desk, but also next to the armchairs. That piece of art is quite interesting, isn't it? What I want to say is that the designer did a good job with this lounge. There's a nice view too, although the window could use some cleaning, but I guess all the dirt on it is due to the construction works going on outside. When it comes to the food options, well, that's what I identified as the weak spot of the lounge. At first there were only some snacks. Later the staff added some cheese, salami and bread, but still there's nothing really substantial. However, I reckon that with a ticket price of $27, the calculation is tight, and I don't think you can expect much more than what is already offered here. In terms of beverages, the situation is better. I mean, you have already seen it, there are both alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. And yes, they are also part of the Select ticket. Okay, so that was the lounge. Now let's move to the train. Therefore, I have to go one level up, but in order to get there, I need to show my ticket to the security employee first.
Close. Thank you.
Now on the left side you can already see the train. It is manufactured by the German company Siemens in the United States. The locomotive is a diesel-electric SCB-40 from the Siemens Charger family. It has a maximum speed of 125 miles per hour, but we won't reach that speed during this trip. The maximum speed on this segment is just 79 miles per hour. However, they plan to extend the railway all the way to Orlando, and on that segment higher speeds will be achieved. The interior design was realized by the lab at Rockwell Group, an architecture and design business based in New York. I like it, but what's your opinion? The seats are comfortable and offer enough space. While in this booking class they are arranged in a 1-2 layout, in the other booking classes there are 2 seats on each side. You can move the seat a little bit, just the way I show here, but apart from that it doesn't have many features. Nevertheless, the cabin sets new standards in railway travel in the United States. The seat comes with electric sockets, both for USB and the common connectors in the US. And this is what I got right before leaving Miami, a little snack and a pair of earbuds.
Welcome to Brightline. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the information booklet in your seat back pocket. Inside, you'll find safety and emergency exit information.
Well, I will check that out later. Instead, let me summarize the main facts about this trip. So from Miami Central to West Palm Beach, we will need approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. In that time, we will cover an airline distance of 65 miles. And as I mentioned earlier, it is a Siemens SCB-40 locomotive that is used here. Why this warning? Well, filming was difficult and so was editing, because everything is very bright. The sun is shining and when you're moving you get quick shadows and stuff like that. I tried my best to reduce that during editing, but safety first, right? We have just left Miami Central. For better orientation I added that annotated map in the upper right corner. When you're looking to the left, like now, you see the western parts of Miami. The star on the satellite image represents our current location. On the ceiling of the cabin they have those screens, and in case you're wondering, there's some Christmas decoration, because that was when I recorded the video. Okay, one aspect about the seat comfort that I haven't talked about so far is the legroom in this cabin. Let's see what that is like. I must say it's okay. I mean, I'm a tall guy more or less, and I could stretch out my legs. What you see here is Overtown, a neighborhood northeast of downtown Miami. And these buildings are located in Wynwood. That's a neighborhood with a large Puerto Rican influence. There are a lot of shops and restaurants here, and many artists came to this place as well. As I mentioned when I introduced you to the different booking classes, snacks and beverages are included in the ticket price. For this reason I got the snack box along with the wine. Let me show you what's inside. In essence, it's pretty much the same as what you get in the lounge. With the select rate, you also get alcoholic beverages. My suggestion would be that they introduce an extended dining option. If you could pre-order a meal for an additional fee, I think that would further improve the travel experience. On a short trip like this one, it's maybe too difficult to offer that, but once this train will go up to Orlando, I think they should consider more advanced food options. We're approaching Fort Lauderdale, which is the only stop that we make on our way to West Palm Beach. And this right here is Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Fort Lauderdale has a population of somewhere around 180,000 people, but over 5.5 million people live in the metropolitan area. Now let's do some sightseeing. For some reason they have a jail in the middle of the city, right next to those luxurious condominium towers. That's the Broward County Jail, which has a 2-star rating on Google. You probably have noticed that I am now also able to animate some of the footage just like I usually do in my flight reports. It's a little bit more complicated when you're on the ground, but whenever possible I will give you additional pieces of information on the places that you see.
for a brief moment before departing to West Palm Beach.
The flashing rectangle on the satellite image is our current location in Fort Lauderdale.
For those of you just joining us, please make your way to your seats and stay clear of the doors. We will be departing shortly to our final destination, West Palm Beach.
While we are waiting, let's have a closer look at the seat. You have the tray table here, of course, and actually there's a smaller one too. In the seat pocket, there's really nothing interesting. I put the earbuds and the snack that I received at the beginning of the trip in there. Moreover, there's the menu and the safety card.
Take a moment to familiarize yourself with the information booklet and complimentary for those riding in Select. Thank you, and enjoy the ride.
While I'm having another snack and we are approaching West Palm Beach, let me do some PR for my channel. If you enjoy those videos, I would certainly appreciate your subscription. Sharing and liking is great too, you know, I'm always happy about that. What I would find interesting is to read your opinion about this train and maybe your experience with railway travel in the United States in general. The onboard service continued with one more round of beverages, and I must say the train staff did a great job being very polite and customer-oriented. In this scene we are already in West Palm Beach and we are looking eastwards. So behind those buildings we have Palm Beach, and not far away there's Mar-a-Lago, where the current US president has one of his residences. As we are approaching our destination, it's time to evaluate this travel experience. Overall, it's a very nice train service and it might be a role model for a further expansion of this industry in the United States. They have new train stations, the lounge is satisfactory, and the rolling stock is in a good state. Price-wise, I think it's not too expensive for what it offers. What I would love to see improved is the catering, both in the lounge and in the train. I think for $27 or even $40 you can't get a 3-course meal, but I would pay extra for it because I love good food and good wine. Finally, let's do a lavatory check. You see it's very spacious, which means that it's probably accessible with a wheelchair. Alright, so here we are at the Brightline station in West Palm Beach. But the video is not over yet because I want to show you something. Normally I stay at the places that I travel to for some time, but this trip was different because I had a flight from Miami on the next day, so I had to go right back. To do that, I chose a different train, which is less comfortable but less expensive too. And I'm going to show you that train now in this very video because I think it might be useful information for people that travel in Florida. I'm talking about the Tri-Rail, which is a commuter rail service in Florida. The only thing is that this train doesn't use the beautiful new station you see here, but a different one. So I need to get out of here and have a little walk. Let me show you everything on the satellite image. So at this moment I'm in the downtown area of West Palm Beach, and to get to the Tri-Rail I need to walk about half a mile in western direction. Well, and after burning some calories by walking, I finally reached the train station, which is not only used by the Florida Tri-Rail but also by Amtrak. Okay, time to buy a ticket.
To Miami, which train would that be?
Miami?
Yeah.
The next one is at 6:21.
Okay, and from which platform?
Right here.
Right here.
6:09. You have a ticket?
No, I need one. Yeah.
Here it is, and you see the price of that adventure. It costs $6.90. The train goes to Miami International Airport. That cheap price comes with a total travel time of 1 hour and 49 minutes. Of course, you don't have a lounge here, but at least there are some vending machines and you can get some water, although you must be very thirsty to use that, I guess. Let's board the train. It looks like the one you have seen a few seconds ago, which is a Bombardier bi-level coach. On the way from West Palm Beach to Miami, you make over a dozen stops, for instance in Boca Raton and at Fort Lauderdale Airport. In my opinion, this train isn't bad, but it's not really an alternative to the Brightline train. I would say those trains just serve different travel needs. But I would like to know from you what your choice would be. The Brightline train in one of its booking classes, the Tri-Rail, or some other means of transportation. Just write it down in the comment section below. Okay, that's it for this time. In the next video I will introduce you to the Enterprise train from Dublin to Belfast in first class. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day wherever you're watching.